I haven't forgotten about the Ollie's Special 1969 Camaro project. If you forgot about it, go back and watch Part 1, Part 2, Part 3, and get the details of how I took this funky Monogram 1/24th scale Camaro and applied all of its style to the much better Revell 1/25th scale kit, just to try to make it look good. Alright, we have an update on this. Paint. There's the chassis. It is black, obviously. I've picked out a few things with aluminum. I like that one right there. I need a new cap for that one. Actually, I just need another one of these. That's some really nice aluminum paint. Because this, I would have masked that off, but yeah, that's brush painted. And then all of these little things were done with some of these gallery markers. That aluminum there, that was somewhat tedious. And this matte black, simply Mr. Finishing Surfacer 1500 black. I really like this stuff, and so when I see it, I get it, because that's some mighty fine, kind of a nice sheen semi-gloss. It's pretty good. So we got that right there. And then while I was at it, I also fogged in the underside of it, so you don't see all that. See that? And probably see a little bit of red. So basically what I did here was paint all this black, and then I masked it the red, and then I got the flocking, and this is the same stuff I used on the Chevelle. I just kind of mixed up more of it, probably mixed up too much of it. That's perfectly all right. And then the seats, they were painted this Tester's Dark Red 1204. Good old enamel, which I don't really like, but I had a bunch of this in stock, so I used it and put it on the seats and the door panels. And so this is basically what it looks like when you just put it over the bare plastic, and then I hit it with some dull coat too, because that paint is glossy. But we're not going to just stop there, because when you put some of the tomato flavor panel line color in the black in the crevasses, you get something that looks like this. And I think I'm going to put just a little bit of rub and buff from polish. And I don't know, can you see it? This one looks way better than this one. And I think that's going to look pretty good in the interior. So I kind of want it stock, but custom, like, you know, the Ollie Special. Same thing with door panels. Here you have the one that got panel lined, and here's the non-panel lined, and then I added some of that aluminum accents, some black knobs. That's good enough for this. I mean, I don't need to have working door locks, and when I put that in, that's gonna look good. And then got the roll bar. That was painted with some Revell Chrome. I might redo that. It's not real chrome, you know, like the other one. But it's, I don't know, it's on the inside. We'll just see. It's over there drying. So basically, what we need to do is get some more panel liner on this, so it looks like this one. And then start putting some interior stuff together. So that's all that stuff. So let's just get these out of the way and get busy. I also did some paint on the engine. So this is basically the tomato orange, and with a little bit of the panel liner on it, and all of this stuff is Revell Chrome, with the exception of the intake manifold. I love that, the plated, and the valve covers too. Those are from the 25th scale kit, because the 24 scale ones just didn't really look all that good. They weren't sized right. They just didn't look right. So I'm gonna probably touch up the exhaust side of the turb skis just to kind of give it a little bit less chrome bling. And my distributor, yeah, I gotta touch that up. And then we're going to add likely some yellow wires on it. You probably won't see them very much because they gotta run up underneath it. You can't run them over the turb skis; they'll burn them up. And that's some Revell chrome on the bell housing, clutch can, and aluminum on the transmission. Might pick out a little bit more detail. Got to put the water pumpage on, and that's pretty much ready to put some wires on. That looks pretty neat. For the body, I decided to go with this color. Tomato Flavor TS7, from that company. The Racing White. I didn't want real white, even though the modern Ollie's kit is shown white on the box art. The original kit was more of a creamy color, and so that's why I went with that. So that came out pretty good. Have the valance, that's also there. And then I've kind of even stepped up the game here. So here we go. There's the body. I just could not help but get the decals on. And probably watch in a future video, I'm going to show how I made these. I made these decals a whole lot different than I have in the past. And I was pretty happy with how that looks. Got the hood, and that fits as it should. Yeah, that's going to be pretty neat. So I moved on and finished up the interior. I used the Model Car Garage detail set, which includes the steering wheel center and console trim. It's just paint effects for the wood trim. Then I just finished it all up. I used 2K clear from Splash Paints and used bare metal foil for the trim. Nothing too fancy. I also used the Model Car Garage scripts and some 3D printed door handles. One thing I wish I had done was black out the taillight panel. The original Monogram kit did not have that feature, but I think it would have looked much better. The twin turbo setup fit nicely under the hood. I added the mandatory yellow plug wires and some radiator hoses and didn't go much further. A pair of 3D printed filters look better than what came in the Monogram kit. There's not a whole lot going on underneath. The scratch-built side pipes still fit during final assembly, and I scratch-built some simple yellow traction bars to match the plug wires. The Ollie Special certainly looks retro cool today. Let's put it on the turntable before adding it to the display case. I hope you enjoyed seeing how this one came together, and be sure to like, comment, subscribe, you know what to do, because I have all kinds of model car stories to tell. Thanks for watching.